Welcome back to Shabbat Shmooze. This week's Parsha is Parshat Kedoshim. And there's a pasuk in the beginning of the Parsha that is just such a beautiful and holy, no pun intended, pasuk. And Hashem tells Moshe to go tell all of Bnei Israel, Kedoshim Tihyu, be holy. Ki kadosh ani Hashem Elokecha. Because I'm holy. Your Father, your God. I'm holy. So you should be holy. Now, I love this so much because this has actually helped me personally make so many decisions in my life. I'll explain. When I'm faced with two decisions, whether it's clothing, what am I going to wear? Behavior, how am I going to act? Speech, what am I going to say? I stop and I think to myself, I want to be holy. I want to show Hashem I'm his daughter. I'm a bat melech. Is this something that would make my Father in heaven happy? Or is this something that would make my Father in heaven not so proud? And that's actually been an amazing moral compass in my personal life. And then I heard this incredible story. It's a tearjerker, so heads up, you might need some tissues, from the amazing Rabbi Wallerstein Zatzal. It's a story about a woman by the name of Hana. And Hana is beautiful, and she's exquisite beauty inside and out. However, she's blind. And because she was blind, it made it very, very hard for her in Shidduchim. And for years and years and years, she davened and begged and cried to Hashem to send her zivug, and she wasn't having any luck. Finally, after many, many years, someone agrees to marry her, given her handicap. And they get married, and they live happily ever after. And one day, when they're home together, the husband is so nurturing and so careful to always take good care of her and to give her the world. And they're listening to the radio together when they hear a doctor in the world has come out with the first ever eye transplant. And they think to themselves, this is it. This is the moment Hana's been waiting for her whole life. She can finally be given vision, the greatest gift of all. So they call up this doctor, and the secretary answers and says, yes, it's true. Eye transplants are now a thing. However, not many people are willing to donate their eyes. So the wait list, it's about 20 years. And Hana's devastated. Just 20 more years to have to wait for vision. And she's broken. And she breaks down crying. And her husband is there consoling her. And he's consoling her. And he's like, just believe, Bezrat Hashem, it could happen sooner. It might not take a full 20 years. And she's like, no, this is all I've wanted my whole life. I've just wanted to be able to see. And now I finally feel like I can have my miracle, but I have to wait another 20 years. It's too much. It's too much to bear. A few days go by, and the husband runs into the apartment, so excited. Hana, I have the best news for you. The doctor called me. You have an opening in 1 week. Someone is willing to donate their eyes, and you are going to have vision in 1 week. And she doesn't even ask questions. She's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And she's so excited. She could barely sleep for 1 week. She lies in bed at night thinking, in 1 week from today, I'm going to be able to see the world. I'm going to be able to see my husband. I'm going to be able to see my home. I'm going to see trees. I'm going to see the sky. She couldn't contain her excitement. The day of the surgery comes, and she's in the waiting room. And her husband says to her, Hana, I have a confession to make. I haven't told you this, but I too am blind. And I don't want you to panic when you come out of your surgery and you notice that I don't have vision and that I'm blind like you. So I just wanted to ask you, accept me as I am when you come out of the surgery. And she goes in, right then they call her in, and she gets wheeled in, and the surgery is a complete success. And she wakes up, and slowly, she's beginning to gain vision. She's beginning to see, and colors, and plants, and trees, and beauty. And she's so overwhelmed by the world. And she looks at her husband, and she sees, yes, indeed, he is blind. And so began a rift in their marriage. Hana had all these brand new wishes. She wants to go see the opera. She wants to go see the trains. She wants to go see the boats. And she wants to see and go and do and live. And her husband's handicap is now a very big deal for her. And it's so hard for her to continue to love him now that she knows he's blind. And she keeps thinking, but all these years he's cared for me. But now I don't think I could care for him. And so she tells him that after much thought, she decided that she wants to leave him and she wants to divorce. And she asks him to pack up all of his belongings and leave. And because he loved her so much, he agrees. And she comes home the next day after going and exploring the world, and she sees that just as she had asked, her husband had cleared out the entire apartment, took all of his belongings, but he left an envelope with a note inside it with her name on it. And Hana opens up this note, and her husband said to her, Hana, take good care of those eyes, because until very recently, those eyes were mine. Her husband donated his eyes to her. I'm getting all emotional. Her husband was the one who gave up his vision in order for her to be able to see. And this is so much, when I think of this story, I think this is exactly our relationship with Hashem. Hashem gives us a part of Him. And that's why He says, be holy like me, because He is within each and every one of us. So we have to never lose track of that. Don't get distracted by the beauty of life and the amazing things and the gorgeous birds and the trees and the trains, and don't get distracted. Don't lose sight, so to speak, of what's important. What's important is that Hashem has given a piece of Himself in each and every one of us. And we have an achrayut, we have a duty to keep everything holy because a part of Hashem is within us. So this week, our spiritual homework for this week, before making any decision, remember Hashem is within each and every one of us. And our neshama, our holy, pure neshama, that's a part of Hashem. We're all made b'tselem Elokim. And ask yourself, before you make any decision, does this make me holy in my Father's eyes? Will this make Hashem proud, or will this not make Hashem proud? When you're getting dressed, is this an outfit that will bring my Father in heaven nachat or not? Before responding to someone, before answering an email, before making a business deal, will this make my Father feel that I am holy and I'm emulating His ways? And if the answer is yes, gesund tehit. May it be a kli through which so much kedusha and bracha enters all of our lives. Shabbat shalom.